starting soon. Welcome back to the Nerdcore podcast reviews and movies and talks that nerd shit. This is episode 351, and it is the final review of Western Film Month here at the Nerdcore. As always, it is the Nerdy Chicana here to host the show alongside my wonderful co-host, Bradley.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. Bro, did you read my name? You should read my name.
Let me get that. Let me read it. Make like a banana and split. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I wanted to do when I watched the movie. But yeah. I mean, well, let's just gonna go ahead and put it Today we're discussing the last movie of Western Film Month, and that is Bone Tomahawk. And
what a low point to go out of.
Yeah, it is the final one for the public, but if you are a patron, of course, you do end the month. You actually do end the month because you get an extra one, and we are doing Desierto for that one. And Desierto.
Yes, this just sounds cool.
Directed by Juanes Cuarón. I believe it's Juanes.
You're gonna have to send me a link where I can find that damn movie.
That is on Netflix, my friend.
Netflix? It's on Netflix?
My friend.
Sweet!
Yeah.
You're gonna have to send me how to spell it then.
Yes.
Not right now, but later.
DES.
Desierto.
Oh my god! But yeah,
Desierto.
But yeah, that one has Jeffrey D. Morgan in it, man. I'm gonna tell you right, Juanes Cuarón. Yeah, not Juanes. But yeah. But Brad, how are we doing today, bro?
I'm slightly sleepy, which is weird because last night I don't sleep through the night generally. Like I wake up multiple times during the night. So this is the first time. I must have been really tired because it was the first time I ever slept through the night in quite a long while.
Yeah, you spent a lot of time at work yesterday.
Yeah.
So the reason why this is live for everybody is because we missed it yesterday. So
because I didn't get home in time to watch the movie and then review it. This movie was done on my time around 9, a little after 9 actually, which would have been too late for all.
Yeah, I was playing Minecraft with Luis. Yeah. Fun, good old game of Minecraft.
Good old times.
Oh, it's not.
Do we ever figure out where the freaking server is?
The server? No. So on the version that we have, it's not actually like has a server ID or anything. So he just joins in on us when he gets into the game.
Oh, okay.
So we made our own world. We're trying to recreate Winterfell or make our version of Winterfell, and we're waiting for you to be able to play so we can play in your world.
Okay.
But yeah, he's playing on his iPad, and it's pretty cool. Like he's actually able to play with me.
I can't imagine playing on the iPad. I figured that'd be kind of difficult.
It's actually pretty cool. He's been having a pretty good time with it. Yeah. So we'll play on that, but yeah, and we'll have a Discord call for when we're playing with you because we can actually have a party with him on there. But yeah, that's what's been going on. But of course, this is live for everybody else. But usually, this would be live for patrons only on Monday. But since that didn't happen yesterday, then this is live for everybody. We hope you guys can stop in here. If you don't, it's fine. It's always going to be available for the audio replay. But we do have one view right now, so thank you, one listener who's on here.
Anchor.fm/the Nerdcore.
Anchor.fm/nerdcore for the audio replay. And it was really weird not recording yesterday, but we're gonna get through this. And of course, at the end, we will tell you what's our picks for Christopher Nolan month next month on the Nerdcore. And then quite funny exchange we just had. And then we're also gonna do our coin toss for the Saturday morning review this weekend. And then by the way, Brad was like, "Hey, I'm not going to be here for Saturday," but what he doesn't remember is that we usually record on Thursday for the
It's been a long week and it's only Tuesday, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So Bradley, I'm pretty sure you have your info, right?
I do. Let me just check the moment.
And since I don't have my iPad working right now with the headphone jack, I need to get the adapter. I can't actually play the spoiler warning. Oh wait, no, I can because I have my my Stream Deck right here. I think so. Hold on.
I check one.
No, wrong one. That's not the one.
That's not the one.
No.
Oh,
there we go. That's it. That's it.
Hey, last time's the charm.
Yeah, but it was definitely not what's it called? Aiden's one. But let's go ahead and get into this. Of course, Bone Tomahawk came out in 2015, so that's way past 1969, baby. So let's go ahead and get into this. If you've never seen Bone Tomahawk, then stop listening. If you care for spoilers, honestly, guys, spoil this movie for yourself. It's
it's long.
I don't
it's
recommend.
Long.
I don't recommend you guys watching this. Just listen to it.
It's long.
Think for yourself, guys. You're definitely not watching this anytime soon. So, but if you don't care about spoilers, then keep listening. If you do care, here is your spoiler warning. It's in effect in a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, Bradley. Without further ado, introduce us to Bone Tomahawk 2015.
Do I have to? All right.
You live with your consequences, okay?
I didn't know what I was choosing, okay? I didn't know. Ignorance is bliss and all that.
Brad had so many classic westerns to choose, movies that were certified to be at least fine.
Well, and I'd seen those, so I was like, I've heard good things about this from random people, or I've heard things of like, ew, from random people. So I'm like, it might be worth a watch. It's a horror movie western. What could go wrong? And then I watched this movie and I was like, it all went wrong.
Should have done that Jodorowsky one that we were talking about.
No, I should have done what the fuck is that one movie? The whatever movie I was going to do for the third. Jeremiah Johnson. That's what I should have done.
Yeah, I think you would have.
Would have had a much better time at it.
You could have picked Sanjuro, dude.
I mean, yeah, I could have, but I chose this.
I guess, with your consequences.
I guess I gotta live with my ugly child. So here we go. Coming from the only reliable source that we ever use, since we don't do the game records anymore. Wikipedia. Bone Tomahawk. I had a brain fart. Bone Tomahawk is this is how this is gonna go today. Bone Tomahawk is a 2015 American Western horror film written and directed by S. Craig Zahler. It stars Kurt Russell, Patrick Wilson, Matthew Fox, Richard Jenkins, Lily Simmons, Evan Junigite, David Arquette, and Sid Haig. And it was produced by Jack Heller and Dallas Sonier. It had its world premiere at the Fantastic Fest on September 25th, 2015. It was given limited release on October 23rd, 2015 by RLJ Entertainment. The film is about a small-town sheriff, Russell, who leads a posse into a desolate region to rescue two people who were abducted by a cannibalistic indigenous clan. Do I have to go any further into it?
Is there more to read, or is that?
Oh, that's pretty bad. So, out of a budget of $1.8 million, box office was $481,525. Ow! Did Kurt Russell just not get paid in this?
Well, I mean, he got paid before. They get paid before the movie makes money.
Well, isn't that counted in the budget though?
No. The budget goes to so like that 1.8 million. That was part of what everybody was getting paid and everything. They got paid before.
Okay.
Now the returns, that's on the studio, bro. The studio didn't make money.
Well, yeah. For probably good reason on this.
Yeah. Oof, that is not the number you want to see, man. Usually.
I mean, usually when you make a movie for 1.8 million, you're like gonna get money back at least a little bit. Look at Kevin Smith. Look at Kevin Smith. That's his budgets, and he makes 10 to 20 million easy.
Yeah, let's be real, Brad. This looked like it was a $1.8 million film.
Well, yeah, it really only had 2 locales, and one was in the town and one was just in the rocks.
Yep, it really did look like it was a 1.8, which doesn't take anything away from it being low budget. We've seen really great low budget films. I'm just saying that and
even the visuals aren't, to me, what killed this. Like, some of the visuals are cool. Like, I like the cannibalistic Native Americans.
Yeah.
The indigenous clan. I don't know what to call them. Native Americans? I mean...
What up, Chill Zone? Thank you for stopping by, man.
Chill Zone. Thank you for coming in. But the visuals weren't really what was bothering me through this. One was the acting on like Matthew Fox and Patrick Wilson's end. Those were kind of bothering me throughout it. And then on the other end is just the pacing of this film is... Well, it's basically like driving a dull knife through my head with how slow this movie is.
Yeah. So, I mean, on my end, bro, I actually do have a couple of gripes with the visuals. There's a lot of scenes that I feel are a little bit overexposed, or they could have been lit differently. I think that's just there's just some parts where I'm like, dude, why does this look a little bit more? Why does it look so like exposed? Like, there's not much.
Well, some of the older westerns, they had that same kind of feel.
Well,
but then again, that was also in the 60s and 70s where film was, you couldn't do what you could with digital.
And also, those were. I'm pretty sure, Brad, this was done on an actual studio set. And I mean,
at least that last part, because they didn't have that cave up there. They're throwing ropes down. They didn't have that. Although I did like the dragging of Kurt Russell up. That was kind of funny. Or he's just hanging there. It's just like, well, okay.
It was filmed at the Paramount Ranch. So, the famous Paramount Ranch.
Yeah.
But, it's just this movie. It's
slow.
It's incredibly dull. It is a job.
So slow.
Usually, look, what I'll usually say is a movie being slow isn't a bad thing. There's a lot of good things.
It is.
So gorgeous. What's it called? Movies being slow doesn't usually mean the movie's bad. So, you look at like 2001: A Space Odyssey. To me, that movie is incredibly slow. But there's a lot to digest from that movie. There's a lot of great things happening in that movie. This is a movie that is so slow, but it's so dull. There's absolutely nothing to grasp onto here.
You know why it's so dull is because they're basically walking, and they have a dude with a broken leg walking with them. And so you're basically on this long hike with this dude with a broken leg, and you're like, we should have just left this dude at home. We could have gone there like 3 days earlier.
Yeah. It's and it's just like, and then first of all, like the whole the whole idea of like the what's it called, the whole cannibalistic Native American tribe, the indigenous tribe, once again a kind of like retelling of the old Western that would have the whole Native Americans be the enemies. And I was like, okay, I've seen that before many times.
Yeah. I mean, I still want to run into them though. That was those guys did not play for only having 12 of them.
Yeah. Mr. Chillzone, I 100% agree. Interstellar is incredibly slow, and I love that movie so much.
Oh, I'm looking forward for that for Nolan month.
Yeah, well, you're gonna look forward to the end of this episode. But yeah, Interstellar is slow as hell, dude. It's slow as hell, but it's still a damn amazing movie, dude. But Brad, wait, you've never seen Interstellar, Brad?
No.
Oh wow.
I have not.
Damn, bro. Yeah. So it's this movie, the acting from Kurt Russell, not gonna lie, man. The one thought I had from Kurt Russell watching this film is this guy could play the Monopoly Man if he needs to. With that
Kurt
top
Russell
hat.
could. I mean, the more I watch Kurt Russell, and I tweeted this out, like the more I watch Kurt Russell, and every time he gets up, he's like creaky and groaning, and you can just tell he's getting old. And I'm like, the way Kurt Russell acts is how I feel most days. I'm turning into Kurt Russell. I think I'm just like, oh, I better go make my money. Fuck this shit.
Yeah. So,
although I mean, maybe the one good highlight is Kurt Russell.
yeah,
I like Kurt Russell in this, and he had some good scenes with like Matthew Fox in there, and but it's just Matthew Fox and Patrick Wilson. Those dudes can't carry this movie. Like, but the Patrick Wilson character was seriously dull, and he ends up being the hero of the movie. So it's like
just the type of this is just a movie that Patrick Wilson's character just doesn't work for me. I think that it's just he's Patrick Wilson's an incredible actor. We all know that. I mean, he's amazing.
But when you put him together with Kurt Russell and Richard Jenkins, when you put them side by side, he can't hold his own.
I mean, he was fun in Fast 7 through 8, but yeah, I mean, it's just I like Kurt Russell in the movie. I think he's doing a pretty good job with what he's handed. I like the costume design and the set designs of it. I think those are pretty damn great. Usually you'd have something from me about the score. The score is really nothing interesting. There's really nothing.
Mostly not really that much.
Can't remember a damn note.
And this really doesn't get interesting until like the final scenes. But even then, it basically goes back to they're fighting in a box canyon, and I'd rather watch Red versus Blue than this.
Yeah. So I think that this is a movie that's concept was fairly interesting. I'll tell you, it's fairly interesting.
I mean, the kidnapping, like the story wise, I could see where this could be like, okay, they're going to hunt him down, but just the way they made it, it's like any part of the story where I wanted, because you're like, okay, cannibalistic Native Americans just kidnapped, ran in, killed people. That's cool. And then it goes, okay, now we're going to follow these dudes for like 2 hours. And then in the last 20 minutes is when we get to the real action. It's just like, okay, I get it. We're crybabies when it came to the fast cuts. And this is my punishment for that. This needed cuts. This needed to like pick up the pace there and like get them from walking, but no, and just kept going and going. And I'm like, oh my god, this is my punishment for talking shit about all the quick cuts and Appaloosa and whatever the Venom.
But I mean, this is just but this month was not in Brad's favor at all. This month did not work out for him. But I mean,
for my sake though, I've never seen Bone Tomahawk till now. I've only heard stuff about it, and I heard like horror western. I was like, wonder what that is.
and answer me right now: are you ever watching this movie again?
Fuck no! I might watch clips of Kurt Russell just because I think he looks like a badass. But other than that, no. Unless I'm like have it at like 2 times the speed. And then I could just get right to the end. I would just watch like the ending scenes, because when you get to that, you just realize just how just cannibalistic those dudes are. Are we going to talk about the split scene?
Sure, man. I mean, I really don't care to talk about it, but you can go ahead and talk about it.
How can you not talk about it? It's like it's like the most grotesque thing I've almost ever seen, other than Hostel. This dude is just flipped upside down, and from his crotch down. Although, you know what's really weird during that scene is Kurt Russell going, "The cavalry's coming, don't you worry." And it's just like he's just having his nuts bashed in, like right now. I don't think he's scared.
Kind of what they wanted to do to Django and Django Unchained, and then and it didn't end up happening.
Yeah, end up like that. But it's just like, Kurt, you don't need to shout anymore, man. Like, he's having his nuts just bashed in. Like, he don't care. He's basically dying at this point. So just tone it down a little.
Yep. So, I mean, are we ready? Let's go ahead and get into our ratings. This is going to be interesting. Bradley, what do you rate Bone Tomahawk? I know, right?
I don't know what. It's a shit movie with really great actors who aren't the story doesn't live up to their potential. So I don't know. I give it like a 4.
Wow, you're nicer than me. Hold on, I really need to check first. Let me see what did I know. I gave Venom a half, and it's still Venom. But I mean, I don't want to give it anything higher than Suicide Squad because Suicide Squad has a lot more positives than this. Um, Hold on, what did I give fucking Suicide Squad?
I can give Suicide Squad like a 6.
No. I think I gave it out like a 4. Hold on. This is great radio, by the way, guys. I'm sorry about that, but
I have to
really,
math on the calculator.
right. Two star. I gave Suicide Squad 2 stars, which would roughly translate to a 4. And this is where it's probably gonna be a pain for you guys. I give Bone Tomahawk a 2.5 out of 10.
Fine with me.
Yep.
It's shit.
Yep. It is. It's pretty bad. I will probably never watch this movie again. And the only reason I probably would have watched this movie was for this reason exactly, for a podcast. And I am glad to have never have to watch this movie ever again.
Also, it was on Amazon Prime, so I didn't really have to pay for it.
I didn't have to pay anything. So yeah. So that concludes our review, and we're not done yet. So Bradley, we have a coin toss to do, and then we'll do our picks for Nolan to announce our picks. And then on Saturday, when you listen to the morning review, you guys will know which is the picks for next month, which will be the schedule for next month. But we are doing our Saturday morning review as always. We picked 2 movies during the week. Last week we took it off because we did our review of The Five Bloods, a way better movie than this. Recommend watching that.
Yeah, watch that on Netflix.
Yeah, way better movie than this. So we took that one off. So we're gonna do our coin toss. Of course, whoever wins this week gets the movie this week, and then next week we watch the other one. I am proud to say that this week I've never seen either of these movies. I've never seen these 2 movies before. So
Either have I.
All right, this is truly the blind spot here. So, Bradley, what is your pick?
Uncorked.
All right, cool. Here's a 2020 release on Netflix about a what's it called? A son who decides to become a sommelier, and instead of pursuing the barbecue business with his father, right?
I mean, I'd become a sommelier, then come back to the barbecue business and be like, "Yo, I'm fancy, bitch."
Yeah, but my pick is I want to get the 2015's Son of Saw. It is a movie that premiered at Cannes that was really, really famous, and I've been recommended this a lot. Here's a synopsis: during World War II, a Jewish worker at the Auschwitz concentration camp tries to find a rabbi to give a child a proper burial. And we're gonna do that.
I can't wait to be depressed. That's for sure.
Oh yeah. I mean, Brad, I'm gonna be depressed too. So
Yeah, but you like it.
Well, I don't know about this, man. This reminds me of the absolutely the terrible parts of humanity. What we were the lowest points of what we were able to do as humans. And so Brad, without further ado, let's go ahead and toss that coin. Let's go ahead and what are you gonna want? Or do you want me to pick?
You're always picking.
All right. I'm feeling heads again today.
Tails.
Oh wow. Okay. We watch Uncorked this week, and then next week we do Son of Saw. So that will be our Saturday morning review, and we will be doing that. And now, without further ado, let's go ahead and discuss our picks for July's month, Christopher Nolan month. Why did I do that big pause in there? I don't know why. So this was really funny. All right. So, Brad, let's go ahead and get your picks first.
A second.
Yeah. First, some of you may be asking why Nolan month, right? Well, Tenet will be releasing next month, and even though we may not be watching Tenet next month, we still want to celebrate the career and the filmmaker known as Christopher Nolan. So we are going to choose 3 movies each of his that he's directed and choose which ones we're going to discuss. So as always, 2 are lock-ins. 1 is a Patreon mini that we both have to do a coin toss for on Saturday, and that will be decide what will be happening next month. Next week we are I once again, this happens a lot during our review months, is that sometimes I overshoot, or sometimes we start earlier than we expected to with the weeks. or sometimes just what's it called? Weeks don't work out the best way.
Mhm.
So next week we will be doing, instead of no theme review next week, on Tuesday you guys will be having our Westworld season 3 review that we have been promising for a while, and then on Saturday will be Sun and Song, of course. So then the following week we will actually be starting Christopher Nolan month. So Brad, what are your picks for Nolan month?
So my picks for Nolan month are, the first one is Batman Begins.
Yeah.
The second one is The Dark Knight. And for the coin toss, it is The Dark Knight Rises. Yeah, so Brad, I went there.
He said, I only have one chance of doing the trilogy in one sitting. Well, I mean, in 1 month sitting, what's it called? So he said, I'm going to try it.
Go for it.
And Brad is really swinging for the fences here.
So y'all should have been there when Raul heard these choices from me, because he's like, Brad, because I literally like took about 10 minutes to figure out what the hell I wanted to do. And then I was like, okay, bro, I'm ready. He's like taking the notes down, and he goes, okay, what's the first one? I go, Batman Begins. He's like, okay. Go. And the second one, I go, The Dark Knight. He's like, all right. And then the third one, he goes, The Dark Knight Rises. And he's like, oh, you fuck.
Yeah. I promise I'm not, choosing a Batman trilogy either. So
there's not another trilogy.
Another trilogy
from Nolan anyway.
No. So my picks, but I mean, like I said, worst case scenario, you do the first two, and we do the last one on like a later month or something.
Exactly.
Or best case scenario,
because you might as well do the last one since you already did the other two.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's just like, best case scenario that happens. Worst case scenario, best case scenario, you do the whole trilogy in 1 month.
I mean, worst case, I do Batman Begins and The Dark Knight, which are both really good. So fuck it.
So here are my picks, though. I decided to go a little bit different. I chose for my first movie, it is Memento, which is his second movie that he's ever made. And it's also known as being one of the most mind-fucking movies you've ever watched, because he plays with time a lot. Because
the dude's memory is totally fucked.
Yeah.
That's actually based on like someone who does have short-term memory loss.
Actually, it's based on a story that it's based on a story that what's his name? Not Christopher Nolan, his brother. I can't remember his name, but his brother, he dreamt this in his dream, and he decided to make a story out of it.
Did you ever watch the documentary though? They had this guy in the UK, and he fell or something, and it damaged his brain, and basically he lost all of his short-term memory. So like he can't remember anything like past the first day. He has a job where he goes to from, he'd been at his job for a while, so he remembered that. But he's basically just stuck in a loop of being in the past, and he just has to do all that shit over and over again.
Yeah. All right. So that's my first pick. And then my second pick is, of course, one of my favorite movies of all time for Nolan, and one of my favorite movies of all time, my top 10. That is Interstellar. So what I call the modern version of 2001: A Space Odyssey, but with a lot more twists and turns to it, honestly.
All right.
A lot of famous actors are in there. Actually, you have Matthew McConaughey, Jessica Chastain, Anne Hathaway, Casey Affleck, Timothy Chalamet, and a lot of people who big names. And then, of course, my Patreon mini is a movie I've actually never seen from Nolan. I've only never seen 2 movies of his. I've never seen the Prestige, and I've also never seen Insomnia. So I'm choosing Insomnia. That is a 2002 movie from him with Al Pacino.
Al Pacino, yeah. Y'all didn't think he was not going to choose the Pacino movie? Like, really?
Yeah, come on, man. Of course.
Have y'all never watched this show?
Yeah, I love Pacino. So that's our picks, and you'll find out what the month will be on Saturday.
I hope I get the Batman trilogy.
Brad's really hoping. He's like,
I'm Batman.
I mean, I'm thankful that that I own 5 of these movies, and I will only have to either rent or stream Insomnia. So, I mean, this is one of the best months ever, since I don't actually have to spend money on a rental.
Woo!
So, without further ado, it's been the episode, and I want to thank you all for stopping by. I want to thank Mr. Chillzone, Luigi, and everybody else who were here to discuss to help to talk. Man, I'm sorry, who were here to listen to us talk about a movie that we will probably never ever discuss again. Even Riding the Bullet comes up more than this movie. So, yeah, let's go ahead and talk to you guys about our Patreon, patreon.com/nerdcore. I want to thank all our patrons. They help this show and many shows, continue on here on the Nerdcore Podcast Network. And we want to thank our producers, especially our producers are Cassie and Sarah. Thank you so much, our associate producers. Our executive producers are Grayson Barker98 on Instagram, Warlord1Bart on Twitter. Thank you, Grayson, for being an awesome, awesome person and being our first producer ever. So, Brad, we also can find Shane Ware. He's one of our producers as well.
You can follow our friend Shane. I should have this memorized, but I don't. At SWRKK Twitch on Twitter and at twitch.tv/SWRKK. I flipped it for y'all.
It's all good, bro. And as always, you can find our $25 tier executive producers. We have first Bryce. You can find him on BrownRice96 on Twitter and Instagram. Twitch.tv/BrownRice96, of course. You can find him streaming there. He's not streaming as of right now, hasn't been streaming for a while. But, if you do want to follow him and catch up on his stuff, that's where you can find him. And, of course, our last executive producer at the $25 tier is our good old Tony. We can find him at Real Nerdy Dad on Twitter.
Hey, Tony!
Yep.
I want to tell you another list, Tony.
Yeah, we want another list. As always, you can find all the stuff with the podcast right there at nerdcore.com. You can find reviews. You can find all the stuff on there. Recommended viewing, bios about our team members and stuff. Everything, social media. It's all there. Also,
Mr. Chillzone is asking about donations, sir.
Donations. Y'all still doing donations? Of course.
Breonna Taylor.
We are changing it. Well, you can still send donations, but this weekend we are getting donations for Color of Change. But
for this weekend.
This weekend. But what's it called? I'm still, by the way, that doesn't mean we're completely ignoring Breonna Taylor's Memorial Fund. I am still doing personal donations to Breonna Taylor Memorial Fund from my darkroom print shop. So you can buy a print there, and I will still be sending money to Breonna Taylor's Memorial Fund. But the donations this week will be going to Color of Change. And of course, all of those donations can go to www.streamlabs.com/nerdcore. This weekend will be pretty fun. It'll be on Sunday though, when Brad is back. And we'll be playing a game with the viewers, and a dollar donation, literally $1, will get us to do one of those cards. So
I have 191 cards. If you want us to go through all of them, deal.
I mean, bro, that would be amazing to send to Color of Change, man.
Yeah.
I'm trying to switch it up and do different ones. So we'll do Color of Change for 2 weeks, and then we'll probably do Black Lives Matter.
By the way, I was playing that card game in the car yesterday with my wife because we had to drive places. So I was just asking her random shit. So it's actually a really good question. So I can see why Philly D does it on his podcast.
Yeah, Mr. Chillzone, you are just as part of the team as we are.
Mr. Chillzone, you're the heart of the team.
Yeah,
don't you forget it.
What's it called? I just don't have a picture or a bio up on the site for you right now. But don't worry, Jabril doesn't even have a picture up yet because I haven't taken one of him yet. So Mr. Chillzone, you can follow Mr. Chillzone and Mr. Chillzone.
Yeah, he's only got it from the waist down. Only pictures of that.
Shut up, Brad. So without further ado, it's been a lot of fun. And we'll be back on Thursday live for patrons. And on Friday, I'll be here with Michelle for the live show. And we're going to have Julian to discuss the recent news of the Flash movie. So without further ado, it's been a really fun time. And I'll see you guys later. Bradley, let's go ahead and send them out because I want to go eat some tacos.
All right, Ro. Thank you for being host as always. Thank you to all our listeners out there. All our Patreon supporters, we appreciate each and every one of you. We hope you enjoyed this review of this horrible movie. Do not go watch Bone Tomahawk unless you want to watch about the last 30 minutes. Then you do pretty okay. I don't really want to watch any of it, but if you're gonna watch it, watch the last 30 minutes.
Guys, watch Velocipaster instead.
I mean, Velocipaster's getting a sequel, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So fuck yeah.
And you're damn right. We're gonna discuss that on Friday.
Don't doubt it. Anyways, guys, I won't be here for the next few, but I'll see you Sunday. So stay safe out there. Love you all, and Young Yoda out.